We're connected already. It'll be right here. Click that.
Welcome everybody. Saturday afternoon showdown. JV Sabers versus the Cougars of Lakeville South just underway. Rink 2 in Shakopee. This is the team we played over the holiday break during the tournament. Sabers won that game 7-2. That was the one we had all the streaming problems during it. Got a trip there by Schuler, not called on you. It was incidental. Saved there by Lewis. Now that we're a couple games left in the season, I think I finally have the goalies straight. Southville actually, another save there, covered. Started the game with Hughes, Luth, and Knutson, with Smith and Schuler at D. Got John Troy at center with Telejohn and Anderson at wings. Now have Barrick and Carlson at D. Cougars went up in that earlier game, 1-0 in the first period. I think it was 3-1 after 2, and then Sabers came out in the third period and scored a couple of very quick goals on the first shift, and kind of settled in from there for that 7-2 win. So centers it, nobody home. Makes it all the way to the board. Telejohn pokes it up. Can't quite get it out of his zone. Barrick is able to clear it. Sends it down. That will make it for icing. Kind of a bad angle there by the South girl. I think she probably could have gotten there, but had she taken the proper angle? Looks like the Sabers are down with coach on the bench today. We're down. Neither Krisick is dressed, at least right now, unless they're going to come out for maybe the third period. You know, varsity is down at least one defender with Morgan Berg. Another save there by Lewis. Scrum down at the boards, poked out, that clears the zone. South gathers, brings it back. Got Rampart, Tocek, and Esslinger on a line together. So it looks like the classic setup, nine forwards, 4D today. Shouldn't have messed up lines too much. We'll see what happens for the third, if anybody's going to come out and play an extra shift after extra period or anything. Sabers had a chance to bring it in the zone. I don't think Knutson saw which way the puck got deflected. She tried to go back around to the left and got cut off. South was able to send it back down. Covered up by Lewis. Back to Hughes, Knutson, and Luth. With Smith and Barrick. I'm sorry, Carlson and Barrick. Left out front there, but shot goes wide. Lakeville takes it back out to the line. Knutson unable to get it past the line. Barrick intercepts in front of the net, passes up to Luth. Luth sends it out of his own. Lakeville girl goes in with the elbow high a little bit there. That's covered up. .12:08 left in the first period. John Choi on the face. Brings it back to Schuler. Schuler sends a shot down, blocked by the defender. Telejohn flips it back. Can't get it to Schuler. Poked out of the zone. South comes through strong with it. Knocked off the puck. Schuler brings it behind the net. Gets tied up. South tried to send it down front. Shot goes wide. Nice centering pass, broken up by the three Sabers there. John Choi brings it down, sends it on net. South girl covers. Rampart on the face-off. Sends it over to the wall. South gathers, brings it up. Sends it ahead. Barrett grabs it. Sends it between Lakeville girl. Kochek sends it up to Esslinger. Esslinger loses her balance as she goes across the line. Puck goes over to the boards. Kochek closes it down there. Barrett pinches. Got a 2-on-1. Not sure where the South girl was going with the puck there. And the second girl loses the hand on it. Shot goes wide left. Kochek tries to push it up. It's run back around. Oh, nice centering attempt by Lakeville again. Nobody home. They were on a change. Rampart flips it over the wall. Sends it up. Kochek unable to get it out. Lakeville girl misses on that. Sabers send it down. That'll be icing. Looking a little bit like a team that didn't have practice yesterday right now. Cold weather. Not sure how other schools handled it, but all non-varsity practices were canceled yesterday for Shakopee. Face off. Back, slap shot attempted. After about 6 deflections, it did finally make it all the way through to Lewis, but she's able to get it covered. Face off, some back to the board. Schuler sends it around. Luke battling for it. Lukeson did the famous stick lift that knocked the stick out of the girl's hands. Did not get called for the same penalty that Izzy McNee got called for earlier in the game this year doing that. Ooh, deflected off the sticks. Oh, nice shot by Huberty off the deflection. Unfortunately, the Cougars goalie was paying attention. John Choi Teller, John Anderson back out there with Schuler and Smith. Face off won by Lakeville. Center on to the other side. Stopped there by Anderson. Anderson tries to send it back down low. Smith keeps it in. She launches it. That was a high stick. That was about as high of a stick as you can get as well. Sabers keep the forwards. They switch the D, so Barrick and Carlson out there. Face-off goes back to Carlson. Carlson sends it down low, easily stopped by the South forward. Sent down low. Carlson grabs it. Ooh, loses an edge. She goes by the net. Centering attempt. Ends up back to the D. Telegram blocks the shot. She flips it out of the zone. Anderson gives chase. South was offside. They decide to, they couldn't get confirmation whether they were onside or not. Pass up to Telejohn. Telejohn sends it down low. Goes for a change. Anderson pressuring. The rest of the Sabres did change. Rampart picks it up just outside the offensive zone. Sent in. Esslinger sends it down low. Esslinger intercepts, sends it back in again. Rampart picking up the puck, set down low off of the Saber. No icing. Schuler sends it back up to Kochek. Over to Esslinger. Esslinger up to Rampart. Rampart with some speed. Loses the puck as she goes in. Esslinger shot on goal. Knocked down and then covered up by the goalie. Starting to even out a little bit as far as time in the offensive zone goes, but shots are 3 for the Sabres, 4 for the Cougars right now. Face off. Ends up in the Sabres' hand for a second. Cougars grab it behind the net, send it around. Huberty takes a stab at it. Oh, nice job by Knutson to knock the puck away there, but Puberty had already kind of started to clear. Carlson grabs it at the blue line. She loses the handle on it. That's offsides. Ref's on top of that. Face-off sent back to the Cougars D. Flips it into the zone. Barrick is there. Oh, misses it as she goes by. Carlson grabs it. Sends it up to Luke. Knocked off the puck. Blocks the pass down low. Clears it out of the zone, but straight to the Cougars defender. Cougars send it down low. Go for a line change. One girl stays on. Barrick sends it in. Off of a Cougar, so icing. Wave. Knutson ties it up down low while the Sabers go for a change. Schuler keeps it in off the boards. Telejohn sends it down. Knutson challenges. Gives the girl a little tap for the effort. Telejohn ties the girl up. Gives it to John Choi. John Choi tries a backhand. Deflected by the defender. Shot does make it through there. I didn't see who got that one, but... So here's back. Sends it into the zone. They go for another change. Audrey Smith sends it up to Telejohn. Telejohn just dumps it low. She goes to finish the change for that line. Excuse me, I guess John Choi is still out on the ice. So was Anderson. I guess Telejohn was the only one that changed from line so far. Carlson and Barrick out on D. South changes direction. Starts to bring it back up. Into the zone. Poked off the stick there by Anderson. Anderson pops it up to Rampart. Rampart tries to send it over to Tochik. It does get there, but not before she Rampart paid the price for it. Boy, South is just not minding hitting today at all. Back to Carlson. Carlson flips a shot. Oh, just gets deflected right in front of the net. Break by Rampart. Rampart sends it back to the D. She sends it down low. Esslinger goes for the tip, but couldn't find it. Carlson pinches, keeps it in. They're going to call that one finally. Refs have finally seen enough of the hitting, especially that one was dangerous from behind along the boards. Fortunately, Carlson popped right back up from it. Sabres will go on the first power play of the game. 5:28 remaining. Just waiting for the scoreboard to get it up there. There, we got it. Face-off gets up back on Smith's stick. Smith up to Knutson, back to Smith. She is able to just barely keep it in. Knutson has it. Sends it over to Schuler. Schuler with a shot and a goal! So her shot got deflected as it was going, I believe. Ended up just kind of flipping over the goalie's shoulder. Not sure if that was deflected out front or if the goalie deflected that herself. That is Schuler's second goal of the season. Sabres go up 1-0 on the power play goal. Face-off ends up back in the Sabres zone. Smith tries to fire it up ice. South is able to steal it. Shot on goal, deflected. He sends it down to the wing. Wing launches a shot. Covered up by Lewis. up in the corner. John Troy lost her stick. Telejohn and Schuler kind of trying to clear it out. So doing a good job. Tying it up. Having some problems with the PA system today. John Troy sends it down low. Oh! Telejohn's going to go to the box on that one. She put her stick out to try and stop the puck. Girl skated over it and fell on her face. Was a trip. Not a good penalty to take. Cougars get their first power play attempt. Esslinger doesn't really want to take the face off, but she's going to have to with that group out there. There they get the penalty on the board. Face off controlled by South, back to the point. Sends a shot on goal. Gloved by Lewis. Clock! Sorry about the shouting. Lakeville controls the face-off again. Set the offense up. Ooh, nice give and go. Deflected away. Esslinger sends it out of the zone. Lakeville regroups. Esslinger pressures. Sent up. Barrick just launches it all the way back down behind the net. No Sabers change. South loses the handle on it, and Tochek's able to poke it back down low. She'll give pressure this time. South breaks it out from behind the net. Weaves their way up the ice. Sends it down low, but Esslinger's going to get there. He tries to send it out of the zone. Nice job keeping it in by the Lakeville defenders. Shot attempt deflected by Lewis right out front. They had the girl there for the rebound, but she's unable to put it in. South sets back up. Try to give and go again. Nicely defended there by Barrett. She pokes it out, and I think that was Carlson sends it out of the zone. All four Sabers go to the change. Puberty pressures. She's out there with Emma Anderson at the blue line. Smith and Schuler at the D. Pass sent up as South tries to bring it up again. They've got 16 seconds left in the power play. Bring it behind the net. Back to the D. He skates it in, sends it over, 1 second, and Sabers are full strength. And she's got Telejohn just coming out of the box. She gets it up to her. Oh, she can't handle the pass coming in. Ties it up, sends it over to, let's see who that is, Anderson, who couldn't hold it. Went up to the D. Anderson's able to send it back down. Telejohn gives chase. She's going to get there first. Tries to center it. Loses the handle on it. Another solid, not going to call it a check, but hit by the Cougars. Sent up to Telejohn. Telejohn just sends it down low. She's going to go for a change. Luth comes in. Not sure. Oh, they're calling too many on the Cougars there, I believe. That'll be a Sabres power play. Cougars got themselves caught with 6 on the ice, and then 2 of them were actually going to try and get off. Looks like number 16 is going to go into the box for that. Sabres go with Huberty, Rampart, and Knutson. Up front with Schuler and Smith on the D. Face off won by South. They send it down, bounces over the stick. Gonna have to pick up the speed. Shot on goal, deflected there by Lewis. Rampart loses the puck. Knutson's able to poke it up. So far, not a offsides there. Kind of looked like somebody, one of the South girls, took a shot at Lauren's head there with the stick. Face off. Rampart on the face off that time. Goes back into the zone for a split second. Schuler backhands it over to Smith. Smith pops it up to Knutson. Knutson sends it in. Rampart gives chase. Little trip there, not called by the refs. 1 minute remaining in the first period. Minute 16 on the power play, so if the Sabres don't get something here, they'll get about 20 seconds on the power play in the second period. Schuler pops it up. Oh, Smith missed it as she went high. Parents wanted something there, probably not inaccurate, and now they're going to call that one. They're finally calling it, which is good. South is playing a little.
Coaches call that competitive contact.
Coaches call it that. On the boys' side, especially, a couple of those definitely were starting to get a little bit close to over the line there. Sabres have 33 seconds of 5-on-3 here remaining in the first period. John Shea wins the faceoff over to Telejohn. Telejohn can't handle it. Sent back to Carlson at the point. She sends it over to John Shea. John Shea over to Barrett. Barrett tries to send it on net. Goes wide right. John Shea loses the handle on it. Up to Carlson. Down to John Shea. Back to Carlson. Carlson takes a shot. Telejohn tried for the tip. Tried to center it. 8 seconds left. John Shea sends it back to Carlson. Carlson with another shot. And that one went in. Telejohn was screaming out front. Doesn't look like she got a stick on it. So Carlson with the goal. 3.1 seconds left in the period when that one goes in. Sabres take a 2-0 lead. And they will still have about a minute 27 on the power play to start the third, barring something really unusual happening here.
At 16:57.
Yeah, I can run it if I need to for a minute. Hi. All right, we're back. Minute 28 on the power play. That was Cam Carlson's 4th goal of the season, with 3 seconds there left in the first period. Sabres start the second with John Choi, Telejohn Anderson up front. Oh, South tries to sneak a girl. Oh no, they had their the girl that's in the penalty box was meeting with the trainer, I guess. So looked like they were trying to sneak. Yeah. Audrey Smith collects, sends it up. Unfortunately, South is there to keep it in the zone. They launch a shot. Lewis just catches it, stops play. Sabres will reset with a face-off in their own defensive zone. Face-off taken by Anderson. Anderson over to Telejohn. Telejohn just sends it down low. Anderson gives chase behind the net. Stops it there. Comes out to John Choi. John Choi with a no-angle shot. Telejohn tries to knock it down with her glove, but gets a stick on it. Sends it back to the D. Covered up there. Nice shot. And I think their defender actually knocked it under the goalie's pad. I don't think the goalie knew that, had any clue that was going there. 49 seconds left on the power play. South wins the faceoff. Oh, he launches a slap shot to try and clear it out of the zone and hits John Choi right in the back. John Choi was able to pick it up, get a shot off. South is able to clear it, bring it down under their possession. Schuler flips it up. Oh, point blank shot. Nice stop there by Smith to prevent her from getting anything on the shot. Anderson jumps in front of the pass to blind screen the girl. John Choi brings it in. He flips it down. Sabres go for a change. Got Barrett and Carlson out of D. Kochek in at wing. Anderson and John Choi still out there. Sent up to Tochek. Tochek sends it back to Barrett. Barrett over to Anderson. Anderson launches a shot. Stopped by the goalie, and South is off the power or the penalty kill. Rampart on the faceoff with Tochek and Esslinger at the wing. Carlson, Barrett at the South wins the faceoff. They chip it up. Barrett will step up to keep it in. She sends it across down low. Carlson sent it down low. Rampart was there to protect. Barrett collects. She tries to go off the wall, but angle wasn't great on it. South. Ooh. Shot attempt got deflected the other way. A couple girls go sprawling out in front of the net there. Carlson with the stick lift to keep away from South for a second. Oh, and that one's poked off of the stick. Shot. Deflected there by Lewis. Esslinger is close to getting a slash cut there. She missed on the attempt. Sabres battling down low for it. Tied up. Cougars come around, try to go back to the D. That one's deflected by Tochek. D grabs it and sends it back down low. Rampart collects, kicks it off her skate, back to her stick, brings it in, sends it down low. She'll go for a change. So will Tochek. Esslinger pressures. Puberty in. Along with Luke and Knutson. That one is deflected. That was actually offsides. Refs didn't catch that. No harm done. Sent up Carlson collects. Oh, South girl gets a stick on it. She was able to keep her from picking it up cleanly. Sent back to the D. D launches a shot. Lutz blocks it. Oh, could have called them both there. Oh, and Knutson's hurt. Shakopee parents don't like that, so Knutson probably did have a hook on the girl, but the girl held onto the stick, and the girl, when Lauren couldn't get her stick cleared, the girl turned around and took a really bad slash at Knutson.
The refs are discussing it right now.
Oh, the refs are discussing it? I'd be shocked if anything comes out of it. Nope.
Nothing.
I think it's probably a conversation to keep their eyes on it. And they probably don't love the parents yelling about it. But Sabers go back to Telejohn, Anderson, John Choi, Smith, and Schuler at the D. South gets control, shot, knocked away. Sabers able to clear it out. That bounced over the D stick. Telejohn and Anderson pressure. South sends it up. Gets around Smith. Smith does tie the puck up for a second. Schuler grabs it behind the net, goes with the backhand, but no Sabers there to collect. South tries to center, tied up by Telejohn. Anderson brings the puck out. She's 1-on-3. Smith sends it in. Anderson gives chase. Anderson shoves her girl into the boards. Toe check out there now with this group. Sent up. That's too many on the ice. That's 6 girls on the ice playing the puck. That's terrible miss by the refs there. The girl was on the ice for an extra 10 seconds, it seemed like. 5 at least. Refs were looking right at it. I mean, the puck was right there. It hit the girl that was supposed to be getting off the ice. South keeps it in. Sent down behind the net. They try the centering attempt. Audrey Smith grabs it. She's going to clear it out. I think in part just because a few of the Sabers need to change. Anderson had been out there for a while. Smith, I think, had been out there for a while. So they go to finish their change. We've got Carlson and Barrick out at D. Rampart, Esslinger, and Tochek at the wings, or forwards. Looks like Knutson's back up on the bench, no problem. Puck sent back behind the net. Carlson giving chase, gets tied up by the Lakeville girl that has about 1.5 feet on her. Carlson flips it on. Barrick flips her into the boards. Rampart sent it up, sent back out by Esslinger. Intercepted by South for a second. Rampart gets control of it. They've got a 3-on-1 over to Tochek. Tochek can't catch it cleanly. He tries to center it. Esslinger's there. Esslinger got knocked down there. She's back up. Appears to be okay. Center down. Carlson comes charging in. Oh, they'll get that one. Wasn't even as bad as some of the earlier ones, I think, to be honest with you. But arms extended into the boards from behind. They're going to call it every single time, especially with a game that's getting a little chippy like this one. Although so far, I'd say the Sabres have shown a little bit of restraint compared to most days when they would gladly give it right back. I believe the penalty edge is, this is South's 4th or 5th. I think we've had, two. No, Telejohn had the one. Tied up on the boards. South pokes it out. Schuler collects. She sends it on net. Goalie just about lost that, but was able to reach out and cover it up with her glove. Rampart, Knutson, Puberty out there with Schuler and Smith at D. They saw sent over to the boards. Knutson sends it back to Schuler. Schuler tries to send it down low. Puberty blocked it with her leg. South is able to clear it out. Smith gives chase. Sends it up to, trying to send it up to Huberty, but South is able to collect it and send that one up. And their girl, again, not really playing for the puck there, just trying to crunch Schuler along the boards. Knutson is backed up against the boards. She tips it in. Knutson gets another hard shot. That one is blocked by John Choi. South sends it back to the point. We are on the power play still for another 53 seconds. South sends a shot down low. Grabs onto Barrick's jersey there a little bit, it looked like. Knutson able to send that. Oh, nope, kept it in. John Choi launches a shot from up high. Goes wide left. South clears it back down. 30 seconds left on the power play. Carlson sends it up to Anderson. Anderson over to John Choi. John Choi brings it in, loses the handle on it. South's going to clear it again. John Choi just about slashed her. South just basically stick handling there to take time off the clock. 9 seconds left on the power play. They send it back down again. I don't think the Sabres will be able to get anything going on this. They ring it around. Sends it out to Anderson. Anderson. Nice! Right after time expired, Anderson brings it in. You can see she was trying to set up the pass to Knutson, but the defender went with Knutson. So Anderson said, if you're going to give me that much room, I'm going to score a goal. Very heads-up play. That's her, according to my sheet, her 4th goal of the season, but for some reason I feel like that might be her 5th. She scored last game. I think I updated the stats, but Sabres send it in. 6:57 left in the second period. With the break for Zam. Tocek and Esslinger battle along the boards. Pops out. South grabs it. Audrey Smith sends it back up the boards. Nice pass across there to the South girl standing in the middle ice. Center ice, I guess that's called. That's what happens when you get a football dad. You shouldn't even say dad. Football guy calling a hockey game. Sent back to Barrick. Barrick sends it down low. Esslinger and Tocek there to try and redirect it, but nothing of it. Kept in by Smith. Esslinger works it down low. She's going to go back to the D, but there was a mess there, so she spins around, gets a shot off. Barrick has it at the blue line. She sends a pass down along the boards. Rampert collects. Rampert was going to try and send it over to Esslinger, but couldn't get anything on the pass, and she got hit. Nice job by Luth to steal it and send it back into the zone. She's getting held by number 24 there. That's sent down. That's icing on South. Sabres will get a face-off in our offensive zone. We've got Huberty, Knutson, and Luth with Carlson and Barrick at D. Appreciate the compliment, Jim. Regular broadcast crew, well, regular camera guys here. Unfortunately, Ray Anderson had a conflict today, so you were stuck listening to me. Puck goes back, Barrick collects. She sends it up, tried to get it to Luke, but was a little bit wide. Huberty steals it. She ends up back with it. She's got Knutson out front. Nice hit on the rebound there. Wow, they are not calling that a goal. Are they calling that a goal? I haven't figured out yet if they're calling it a goal or what. Wow, that's a really bad miss. That was a goal. And the varsity team is letting them know it as well. Somebody might want to tell the varsity girls that these two will be reffing their game, I'm pretty sure. So. skates and fires it up. This is the most fired up I've heard any crowd at a JV game this year. John Choi pokes it back down low. Huh. Well, they blew that call too because Knudsen tipped that at the red line, I believe. And then fires it down at the ref, I think with a little bit of malice intent. Fortunately, John Choi hit it with her skates. Yep. John Choi on the face, Anderson, Telejohn at the wing, Smith and Schuler at the blue line. John Choi flips it back south, goes middle. Telejohn was actually the one yelling there, I think. Oh, Telejohn sent it down low to John Choi. John Choi point blank, wound up, hit pipe. John Choi is going to go to the box for that one. And I think they might take south as well. John Choi needs to stop talking to the refs. And South needs to stop talking to... Everybody needs to stop talking. Kate goes and visits her dad in the penalty box. It's 100% saw that one coming from a mile away. And don't fault them for calling that. They could have called the second one on the South girl as well.
Same thing they called on Lakeville twice.
Yep. Roughing the call. South gets a shot deflected wide. South lines up for a slap shot out front. Goalie Lewis. 2 nice saves there. Clearly, this South team will have no problem continuing to whack at the goalie until the whistle blows. Face-off sent back to the Lakeville D. She just waits, sees nothing, ends up sending it down to the right of the net. Sabers clear. Defense is right there to keep it at the blue line. Tocek keeps it from going in. Offsides. Sabers will change up the D on the penalty kill. Got Tocek and Rampart out there with now Smith and Schuler. Face-off ends up in Lakeville South's possession. They send it in. Schuler grabs it, sends it out. Oh, got a stick break. That unfortunately kept the puck from clearing all the way down to the other end. But not sure. That was Smith is able to collect it. She sends it all the way down. Minute 12 left on the penalty. Tocek pressuring in front of the goalie. South brings it out, comes around. Rampart steps up and challenges. Nice job by Aubrey Smith to clear it out. She's actually just going to skate it down. Nobody's getting in her way. She sends a shot. Gloved by the goalie. 51 seconds left. Nice job by Smith to not just send it down to the other end, bring it in with possession, see if we can make something. Telejohn and Anderson out at the forwards with Smith and Schuler. Deep. Telejohn wins the faceoff, sends it back to Smith. Smith sends it on net, covered up by the goal. And we'll do it again. Telejohn sends the faceoff into the boards. Smith challenges up front. Ooh, PK needs to get back. There, Smith got her. Telejohn pressures across the middle. South works it down. Out front. Ooh, had a couple girls there to try and redirect that in, but unable to get a handle on it. DDD. Telejohn reaches out, flips it out of the zone. 15 seconds left. This might do it for South on the penalty. They bring it back down. And then again, I said that for us in the last period as well. And Sabres are full strength. South did get one across the net there, but nothing came of it. Huberty steps in front of a pass. Gets the puck knocked off the stick. She tries to just send it around. Didn't get much on it. South brings it up. Nice job by Huberty to get in front of that pass. And South sends that down. Unless that ends up on net, I think that'll be an ice. And the whistle finally comes. Minute 56 left in the second period. Seems to have settled down maybe a little bit for the last couple minutes. Probably shouldn't have said anything. Face off won by South. Sent back behind the net. They'll come back the other way with it. She's going to just skate it up. Knutson knocks it off her stick. Moose launches a shot, goes wide left. Huberty sends it back, tries to get back to Carlson. Carlson flipped it up. Knutson tried to bring it back to herself. She's able to win the race there. There, they get it cleared off. Knutson tries to send it up to Luth. Off the boards, that won't be enough for icing. Luth challenges. I think some people might have been calling that a nice point blank shot by Luth. Some people might have thought Luth tripped her there, but it looked to me like the girl fell on her own. Kocek steps off, keeps it in. Rampart launches a shot. That's gloved by the goalie. Just under 1 minute remaining. 59.3 seconds left in the second period. Sabers go Rampart, Esslinger, Kocek, Schuler, and Smith back. Rampart tried to send the pass back, ended up splitting the defenders. Schuler turns around, sends it up, is able to get it up to Kocek. Kocek tips it up to Esslinger. Esslinger tried to tap it over to Rampart, but unable to get it cleanly. Smith keeps it in. She's got room. She launches a shot, gets deflected up into the netting. 37.3 seconds left. Esslinger a good 2 feet inside the circle there on the faceoff. Sabers over D to D. Schuler sent it down on net. Aubrey Smith launches one. I think that hit Rampart in the head. Couldn't find the puck for a second. South able to grab it. Not able to do much with it though. The ref kind of works as a screen there. South sends it up. Icing is waived. 5 seconds left. South keeps it in. I think Smith will grab it. That'll just end the period. After 2, 3-0. Favor of the Sabers. Should be 4. Refs blew that call. 18 shots for the Sabers, 15 for the Cougars. We will zam the ice, and we will be back in probably about 15 minutes. All right, we are back. No, you're fine. I mean, I don't know that the refs love it, but all right, getting ready to start the second. Looks like the Sabers are going to go with John Choi, Telejohn, Anderson up front, and Smith and Schuler at the blue line. And here we go. Puck down, John Choi wins it, back to Schuler. Schuler taps it up to Telejohn. Telejohn flips it around, a girl gets past her. She's going to get a shot on goal, goes wide right. Anderson collects. Oh, no, popped over Anderson's stick, but John Choi sends it back down. John Choi kicks it with a skate. Smith gets it. South gets it. Sends it up. Nice pass off the boards, but Schuler is able to tie her girl up. South comes in, and second girl kind of tripped on it there. Centering attempt, nobody home. Anderson has it. Knocked off her stick for a second. She clears it out. South grabs it. Sabers go for a line change. South loses control of it again. Sabers did pick up Chloe Krisak between periods, so she's out there on D right now. That's flipped up, bouncing. Esslinger bounced it up, but hopped over Kochek's stick. South gathers. They send it down around. Carlson overskated it a little bit there. Couldn't get it, but Rampart ties it up. Oh, South gets it back. Sends it down low. Carlson flips it with the backhand. Krisak is there. Knocks the girl down with her stick, not trip or anything, just literally stick check, knockdown. Kochek sends it down low. She goes off for a change. Esslinger centered. Rampart unable to get anything on it. Being tied up by the South girl. South sends it down. That should make it for icing, and it does. $13:26 left in the game. Puberty on the face. South wins it, sends it back. Tries to go D to D behind. Wins it around. That's going to make it out. Oh, popped over Barrett's stick. She's able to get control of it. Sends it back out. South brings it in, but they couldn't bring it in. Tied up there by Knutson. Luth has it along the boards. Tied up with the South girl. Pops free. South gets to it. Launches a shot. Goes right over the net. Dangerous shot there. South goes back to D. Tries to go D to D, but Luth could have gotten one there for a slash. Kind of came down trying to bring her stick back down. Popped up into the zone. Barrick sends it up. Oh, no, she can't clear it. She cleared it out. South sends it down, but Barrick blocks that. Cross-ice pass over to Knutson. Knutson's going to flip it up. Tries to get it up to Luth. Goes just a little bit out of the reach. Puberty taps it back in. Puberty and Luth go for a change. Knutson gets it. The shot goes wide left. Schuler tried to send it to Telejohn, who was coming down. John Choi ended up kind of doing the same thing, but girl stepped in front of Telejohn. Oh, breakaway shot. Nice save by Lewis. Telejohn sends it over to Knutson. Knutson's going to get up to the red line, send it in. Then I think she'll go for a change. She sent it on net. Goalie covered. Sabers have the John Choi, Telejohn, Anderson line with Carlson and Barrick at D. Face off over to Anderson, back to Carlson. Carlson lines up. Oh, nice tip attempt by John Choi there. Slowed it down, but couldn't get the second shot on it. There's a shot from Anderson, covered up by the goalie. Line's been kind of right around it all afternoon. John Choi ties up the faceoff over to Anderson, back to Carlson again. Carlson tries to send it down. John Choi tries to tip again. Telejohn is there, but Up didn't quite make it to her. Barrick keeps it in, sends it down, but South is able to grab it. They send it around. Carlson keeps it in, sends it down to Anderson. Anderson flips it around the boards. Got Telejohn out front. Gets it knocked off her stick. South brings it around. Johnshaw gives her a tap as she goes by. Anderson tied it up. Telejohn goes in and just knocks it off the girl's stick. Johnshaw grabs it, sends it, tries to send it over to Anderson. Got her stick hit as she went to pass. So brings it up. Barrett got in the way. Some music comes on from the box. Flipped up to Anderson. Anderson tried to send it over to Tochek. Second try, at least made it through, although out of Tochek's reach. South sends it down low. Esslinger just came on. She grabs it, brings it back behind the net. She changes direction. She's got a head of steam. She's going to bring it all the way in. Works past her girl. Gets it. Gets a shot on goal out of it. South able to cover it for the whistle. Rampart, Esslinger, Tochek. Smith, Schuler. Rampart face off over to Esslinger. Down to Schuler. Schuler's shot goes off the shin pad. That number 13 has some speed. She's going to get a breakaway attempt. Nice save by Lewis. Over to Esslinger. Esslinger sends it over to Schuler. Schuler pops it up, keeps it at the blue line. Tie it up there. Rampart protecting. South doesn't come away with it. Looked like they were for a second. Tied back up. Schuler tips it up to Rampart. Rampart brings it in. She sends it on goal before going for a change. All five Sabers changing. South trying to come with some speed, but I don't think they recognized what it was at first. Knocked off her stick, but not out of the zone. Up to Huberty. Huberty comes down the ice with it. She's going to bring it in. Launches a shot. Glove save. Luth went in to try and get it before she covered it. She got a little bit of an elbow to the head. 9:24 left in the game. Shots up to 23-18 in the Sabres' favor. Face off won by South. They can't win it cleanly. Set it up out of the zone. Carlson's able to disrupt and then get knocked over for her efforts, although I don't think it was anything malintent on that. I think she just skated into a girl. South chips it up the boards. Carlson keeps it in. Luth tries to go back to the forehand. Uses it over to the boards. She tries to center it. Carlson keeps that one in. That one's knocked back by a South girl. Krisick battled for it. Nothing dirty about that play, although the South girl was very slow getting up. Knudsen lost the handle on it. Telejohn tried to chip it up. Knudsen has it knocked off her stick as she was trying to get back for a change. Johnshaw gives chase. Ooh, Krisick's going to go to the box for that one. She kind of wound up on that one and got her arm up, drove through the girl. Nice check. It's just unfortunate that that's not legal at any level of, well, I suppose EWHL. So Telejohn and Anderson up front with, I think that's Smith and Barrick, the blue line for the penalty kill. South wins the faceoff. Shot blocked up front by a stick there. I'm not sure if that was their stick or our stick. Sent back to the D. D skates it in. Let's pass over to the side. Back to the D. D winds up on a slap shot. Easy save by Lewis. Tipped out by Anderson there. South has to regroup. Anderson pressures. Telejohn pressures there at the blue line. Able to disrupt things. Smith steals it. She's going to send it down low once she gets up to the blue line. Telejohn goes for a change. Rampart comes on. Anderson pressures down low. Rampart with the steal in the middle. South girl didn't look like she was sure what she wanted to do with that. Rampart's now pressuring. She's got Esslinger on the ice with her. That goes up to Barrick. Barrick sends it back in. South just sends it. I guess that was pushed wide by Lewis. I thought that might have been icing. I think she was behind the center line when she launched that pass down, but goes back to D. South finally sets something back up. 42 seconds left in the power play. Goes back to D. D winds up on a slap shot. Tipped out front, but pad saved by Lewis. Esslinger gets her stick on it, clears it out of the zone. Rampart challenges again. Pass up the middle. That's going to be too far for South. Schuler grabs it. She sends it way back down low. Rampart challenges again. So starting to work it up. 9 seconds left on the penalty. South sends it in. Carlson flips that back up. Oh, that one flipped through, and Lewis went to cover it, but stuck under her glove. Sabres are back to full strength. Toe check on the ice. South has it down low. Now Esslinger has it. She's getting pinned up against the boards, as is Schuler. It's flipped out. Esslinger goes to kick it. She can't get a skate on it. Schuler has it. She sends it around boards to toe check. Toe check gets tied up on that side. Rampart comes over to help. Toe check comes away with it. She's going to start to bring it up. She started to lose it off the end of her stick, and South was able to step in front of it, get it back. They send it down low. Smith collects. South went for a change. They tip it over to toe check over to Huberty. Huberty coming with a head of steam. She's got Luth on the side, got a 2-on-2. Huberty misses on the shot attempt. South picks it up, brings it back the other way. Nice job by Smith to keep that in the zone. She loses the handle on it, but Luth is there to send it down low, wide right. So tips it up ahead. Now they're coming 2-on-2, 2-on-1. They get around the girl, but Lewis is there for the cover, the block and the cover. 5:06 left in the game. Shots have tightened up a little bit. 23 still for us. We haven't had one in about at least 5 minutes. 22 for the Cougars. John Choi, Telejohn Anderson with Chloe Krisak and Schuler out there. Schuler collects it, sends it off the boards, out of the zone. South gathers, sends it back in. Krisak comes around behind the net. She tries to bounce it up to Telejohn. Telejohn doesn't get much on that pass out of the zone. Krisak steps in front of a girl as she's shooting. Girl had a shot to get a shot there, but she got pushed off the puck. John Choi brings it down, sends it down low. Anderson gets chased behind the net. John Choi has a girl along the boards. South chips it out. Telejohn's able to collect it, sends it up off the boards. John Choi will be there to collect. She goes around one girl. Anderson tried to pop it back in. Telejohn getting chased down the boards. Barrick was there to keep anything too bad from happening. Carlson ties her girl up. Telejohn flips it around to Anderson on the other side. Anderson pinched off there by South. John Choi grabs it, sends it down. Sabres go for a change. Sabres could have gotten called for 6 on that. Oh! Unfortunate bounce there. So Lewis went to block the puck. I think right as Saber was kind of trying to grab it, somebody hit it. I'm not sure if it was us or them. It popped up about 10 feet in the air and came down in the net. There was actually a Sabres defender there to try and make sure that it didn't go in, but unfortunately it was coming down at an angle. It was in the net before it even hit the ice. So 3-1 South, 3:51. Sabres need to tighten up here and they'll get that one back. So it brings it into the zone. sends it down low. Lewis taps it wide. Up to toe check. Toe check goes around. Rampart clears it out. South is there to grab it. Send it up. Carlson tips it back out to keep it out. Esslinger sends it down. South sends it back in. Barrick will grab it behind the net. Sends it up to Tochek. Tochek sends it over to, it ends up on Esslinger's stick. Esslinger taps it down low. Esslinger with a nice, solid, competitive contact. Is that what we're calling it? Into the boards. Oh, they were offsides. That was a terrible miss by the ref. Sabers able to clear it out. Luth taps it ahead for a second. South gets it back. Girl winds up and shoots. Lewis is able to pad, save it away. Shots are even 23-23 now. 24-23. In favor of the Cougars. First time they've been up on that all day. Anderson sent it ahead. Luth gives chase. Anderson pops it off one stick. It's 2:23 left in the game. Nice job tying the puck up there. Huberty sends it down low. She gets knocked down for the effort, but no call. Nice job keeping it in there by Smith. Had her stick held up. Huberty battling along the boards. She and the girl trip each other, I think. Anderson tried to poke it out, couldn't get it out of his own. Oh, there's a shove in the back. Nothing called on that. That was Smith that got leveled. That's up to Emma's stick. Emma over to Luth. Luth, they clear it out. That's offsides by a mile. That should probably come back to center ice, but it doesn't look like the refs agree with me on that one. Carried in, but the girl was a good 10 feet away from being back. So we've got Rampart out there with John Choi and Telejohn now. A little bit of a line shake-up. That one went right between Telejohn's legs. Goes down. Krissick and Carlson give chase. Carlson gets there. She misses on the first pass attempt, then sends it up, but Rampart had kind of already moved. John Choi has it behind the net. Pass up to Telejohn. Telejohn back to John Choi. Kind of. It was both more missing. John Choi gets hit right as she's shooting that. Nice play by South. Krissick's able to get there and knock it back the other way. Rampart tips it up the board. She will get there at the same time. Thank you. Up the middle, tied up by Kochek there. Krissick lost it along the boards. Oh! Not sure how that doesn't warrant something. She got knocked off her feet on that. She's okay. She hops back up. Goes harmlessly into the corner. There's 27 seconds left. Hopefully this doesn't devolve into a chip fest here for the last 20 seconds. I'm surprised Lakeville South has not pulled their goalie on this. Still playing 5-on-5. And cleared by Krissick. That will be an ice, but 5 seconds remaining. So, barring something very unusual happening here, the Sabers will hang on for the win. I believe that makes them 12-8-1 on the season. Just a couple games left, South Suburban games left for the Sabers. Got, I think, the 2 against Eastview. One of which was rescheduled from earlier in the season. That's why we're playing them back-to-back. And then the JV will have another season-ending tournament. First week of February. I believe we will be playing the first game against Two Rivers. And then playing either the winner or the loser of the West Tonka Southwest Christian versus Lakeville North the next day. So Sabres finished this one 3-1. Goals for Schuler, Carlson, and Krissick, I think, had the last one. Anderson had the last one. You're right. I'm thinking of the last game. Shots ended up even, 24-24. We will see you guys. I think Tuesday is the next game. So the varsity will be on Sabers Live here in a little bit. Our guess is that the boys are going to be running a little late, but it should start sometime around 3:30. Thanks for joining in. We will talk to you soon.